Excellent. So well done for staying with me. We've done a lot of work here and we're almost finished. So we've got our nice top bar at the top, then we've got our menu bar in 2 shades of red, and then we've got our main article content over here. All we need left now is the section on the right, watch/listen. So that should be fairly trivial. Nothing too tricky in there, just a couple of images and some links. So if you have done this whole thing by watching me, then that's great, but why not take the opportunity to do this last bit on your own? There really is nothing fancy there. It's all pretty straightforward. So give it a shot if you feel you might be able to. Okay, so let's start at the top. Watch/listen is what we're after. And we'll want to do that in a new div. So we're still inside any div, I'm not too sure. You can see the page container. Yes, the page container was the full 1000 pixels. So this is going to be our watch and listen div. And I'll use an H4 here just for fun. Watch/listen. So we'll have a quick look just to remind ourselves what style we're going for. Okay, so pretty big, black, but probably not bold. Let's take a look. All right, so not too bad. I think one thing I'm going to do is temporarily clear the floats so that I can see it again without having to change everything. It's probably a good idea to clear them before the div that I want to appear underneath. There we go. So let's do a little bit of styling there. First off, we want to style watch listen. I think all we need is a bit of padding or possibly margin on the left. That will do for now. Doesn't really matter which we choose. Let's pop in 20 pixels. There we go. And then only one H4. So let's have font weight is normal, but font size is maybe 20 pixels. Try that. That looks about right to me. Unfortunately, we are going to have to make this bigger and smaller. Okay, that looks great. So let's get these images. One. I think I'm going to get all 3 in one go. There we go. So let's copy those over. We'll have article 1, article 2, and article 3. Go, copy them as before, and then just pop them in our images folder. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get the image up first off. So underneath our H4, we're going to have first off our image. So it's going to have an src of images / article 1. And we can do this, we can style these all the same, can we? Come to think of it, we're going to have this image here as well. So we can't just use all the images inside watch-listen. So let's give it a special class. I'll call it article side image. Just because I think I might have used article image before. I'm not sure. So article side image, we definitely want it to float left. And we're going to want to play with the size a little bit, I suspect. Yep, because that's pretty big. So let's try a width of maybe 70 pixels. A little bit small. Let's try out 90, see how it looks. Okay, then we've got our text there, which I can't copy, so there we go. If I control click or right click, that lets me copy it. So it's a link again, but we don't really care where it goes. But we want it to be definitely black, possibly bold, and pretty big. So not very much like that. All the links here are going to be the same, so rather than giving it a separate class, let's keep our code lean and mean and just style it using watch listen A. Or come to think of it, we're going to have separate style links there, so maybe we should give it a class. Bit messy, but probably slightly easier to understand. So watch dash listen dash link. Okay, so we definitely want no underlining. We want the color to be black. We'll try making the font weight bold and the font size, let's try out 18 pixels. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We then want to make it go blue on the hover, which we've done before. There we go. So always copy and paste if you can. Fewer chances of you making mistakes. Although it looks like I have made a mistake. So maybe I just need watch listen link on hover. There we go. That's better. Because of course it's not an A within watch listen link. It is watch listen link. Okay, we want a bit of a gap between the image and our headline as well. So I think we'll do that as a margin right on the image itself. There we go. That looks nice. And let's set the width of our watch listen div now so that that wraps up nicely. So maybe 300 pixels. Backs, let's give it a little bit more if we can. Okay, we'll try that out and see if we've got room to fit that in there. I think we have. Okay, so now we've just got the date, which is exactly the same as what we had over here, so we should be able to copy and paste our code, which would be nice. Let's have a look. So here we go. Let's put that inside a paragraph tag. And then we can have another paragraph tag. So we've got our clock image. Same as before, but we're going to need some styling there. So let's create a class of clock so that we can steal the styling that we had before and make it not limited to images inside whatever we called that bit. The article container, I think. Oh no, the article summary, there we go. So instead of article summary image, we're now going to have clock. That shouldn't change anything over there. Yep, it'll just allow us to use it in more than one place. Okay, so here we go. We've got our clock. Now we've got an ID of date. We're going to want to use that more than once now, so let's change it from an ID to a class. And then I'm going to use Command F or Control F on Windows to find .date. Ah, no, because it's not .date yet, it's hash date, and we want to change that to .date. Okay, let's have a look. Brilliant. Now we don't actually want the technology this time, but we will want it later on. So let's keep it in for now. One thing you might have noticed is this technology actually goes below the image, but it doesn't wrap round. So what we're going to need to do is create a div here on the right so that it doesn't wrap as it's doing at the moment underneath the image, like that there. And while I'm looking at that as well, I think we might need to get rid of a little bit of padding. Oh no, that's okay, it's slightly lower down. That's fine. Okay, so let's create a div around everything to the right of the image. So I'll just call this side article. And then all of this can be indented. And then we want side article . In fact, I don't know if we actually need any styles at all. Yeah, we certainly need something. Let's give it a float of right and a fixed width. All right, we're getting there, but let's move that up a little bit. Let's try 15 pixels. Oh, yep, up, not down. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Before we add all the others, let's just get rid of our clear so that it should now be floating right, but it's not, I suspect. It's because it's too wide. So let's have a look. Let's change that to 150 pixels first. Okay, not quite. Let's take out watch listen. Change the width of that. Okay, that's closer. Okay, let's add a float. Right, just to definitely get it up there. Okay, brilliant. So now we're in the right place. We just need to get our widths sorted out. Okay, that's slightly too wide. Still slightly too wide. Okay, there we go. So now we're in position. I think we can make our side article part a little bit wider. There we go. Move it up a touch more. So let's just get the colouring right here. We want the span with a class of date. So Command F and search for .date to get right there. And I think it's that colour that we want, so same as the article summary. That's great. And now here we want that to appear just on its own. And then if we've got a link, as we have in the second one, we want a pipe there or a bit of border, and then our technology on the next line. So the way I'll do that is we'll break our floats or clear our floats there, and then copy all of this to get a new article. Just have a look. Okay, very nice. So now we can get rid of the topic link from the top one. There we go. So that's just 19th of January 2016 now. And then we need to edit our code so that this technology appears on the next line. But we also want the border to appear on the right, which is a bit of a pain because we've put the border on the left of the technology link. So let's add another class to the link saying no border, and we'll add another class to the span saying border right. And we'll use those to override the existing classes. So for no border, we want border left to be none. And let's just check. We might need an important there. Note that's achieved it in itself. But it has taken us back to the original. But that's okay. That's highlighted an error actually. This should be class is topic link and no border. And that should be the same then up here. Yes, so that should be a class of topic link because we're now using it more than once. So let's find our topic link. So Command or Control F and then #to takes us almost there. Topic link. There we go. So that's now a class. There we go. That's better. So we've got the class without the border. We also don't want the padding there anymore either. So in our no border class, let's get rid of that padding. Excellent. And then let's add the border in to the right of the span. So this is the border right class now. And that's going to be the same as this one, but on the right. In fact, I think it's already got a padding right of 10, so that should be okay. Let's have a look. Okay, that's great. We do really want those to be on separate lines though. So let's see if we can put in a line break in between them. Wonderful. All right. That looks pretty good. So now it's just a matter of updating. There we go. The titles and the images for the other articles. Let's get rid of that. And so that's going to be article 2. And then we're going to want to clear all of that again and create another side article, article 3. Copy the content there, paste that in, get rid of that video. And finally, article 4. And what is a VPN service? Very good question. Okay, and I think one of those, yep, has a different topic. So the second one is science and environment, not technology, or the third one, sorry. Okay, let's have a look. And there they are. Oh, maybe I only copied 3 article images. That's fine. We'll stop at the 3. That was the threshold that we wanted to go down to anyway. And there we go. I'm sure the perfectionists amongst you, or the future web designers, will find lots of small ways to improve that and get it even closer to the original. But I think, to the layman's eye, there's not much to obviously see the difference. So congratulations. I hope you managed to do a good chunk of it yourself. But even if you've just followed along with the videos, I hope you've learned a great deal and see how you can take the CSS knowledge that you've learned in this section and create a world-class website. For many of you, that was probably the biggest coding challenge you've ever had. So well done once again for making it to the end. Go and have a nice cup of tea and a couple of chocolate digestives, and then come back to do some real coding with JavaScript in the next section.